Good night.
Live from London, this is BBC News. Polls close in England, Scotland and Wales for local elections, and some counts in England are getting underway. Which way will Scotland and Wales go? Voters in both nations have expressed their votes, with all seats in their national parliaments being contested. Well, it will be a busy night ahead, with an election special coming up in some 10 minutes and results that will slowly come in through the night. This is live pictures from Hull. I'm Helena, Humphrey. Very good to have you with us. Well, voting has ended in elections across Wales and Scotland and in some parts of England. The polls are the biggest indication of public opinion since the general election nearly 2 years ago, and a crucial test for the Prime Minister. Jack Fenwick there, a busy few days ahead for you. Now on BBC News, we join Laura Kuenssberg and the team for the BBC Election 26 special.
Good evening. 30 million of you had the right to vote today. From Barnsley to Bangor, from Lanark to London. Politicians are now bracing themselves for your verdict at a time of political turmoil. The results and what the ballots around England reveal could be make or break for Keir Starmer. Labour is expecting a kicking, but could the results lead his party to try and kick him out? Kemi Badenoch's Conservatives are prepared for a rough night and maybe a tricky day tomorrow too. But it's nearly 2 years since the general election. When will they start proving themselves at the ballot box? And the man hoping to clean up at both the big parties' expense is Reform UK's Nigel Farage. We'll see if their success in the polls translate into more real power. But the Greens' new leader, Zach Polanski, has blasted onto the scene too, eager now to turn the party's new energy into winning more seats. And Scotland and Wales in critical contests are choosing who'll run health and housing and who'll take charge in the nation's parliaments. The current leaders have cast their ballots, waiting now for the judgment of the public. In this election marathon, the Scottish and Welsh results will come tomorrow afternoon. But in the English council elections, counting is well underway. More than 5,000 local councillors nervously awaiting their fate, with the first results expected anytime soon. These elections determine who's in charge in your area, who runs the services millions rely on. But as we hurtle towards Labour's 2-year anniversary in power, they're a massive test of public opinion, the only way to know what voters really think. And Rita Chakrabarty's at the giant screen for us. She'll be all over the numbers and delving into all the details.
Yes, I'm here at the screen setting out what's at stake for each of the parties and also analysing the results as they come in.
And as ever, Professor Sir John Curtis will have the sharpest take on how your votes sketch out the landscape. So welcome. With a revolving cast of politicians at the desk, we start 21 hours of election results coverage live here on the BBC. And welcome to Elections 2026, a trio of critical contests in Scotland, Wales and around England. And to kick us off, we're joined by the Deputy Prime Minister, David Lammy, Richard Holden, the Shadow Transport Secretary for the Conservatives, and Rachel Millward for the Greens. Welcome to all of them. We'll be joined through the night too by Reform and the Liberal Democrats too. The first results will start coming in soon, and we're going to see it unfold live. Let's show you what's happening right now.
Solution that they can necessarily apply to try and address their lack of popularity.
OK, well, I think we can say it's probably the end of part 1, but parts 2 and 3 and goodness knows what else are still to come as the day begins and the night comes to an end. There is something of a pause in the flow of results, so we are going to hand over to our colleagues at BBC Breakfast. They'll bring you more information and more explanation of what has been happening. Let's look at the results so far in the English councils. There you can see a smiling Nigel Farage with 307 seats so far. The Lib Dems on 231, up 35. It's Labour down by 228 seats so far. The Conservatives also losing by 114 seats gone. The Greens up by 22, but more gains for them may well come in the later part of tomorrow as we get results from other parts of London. And Independents down at the moment by 17 seats. And in terms of what is going on in Downing Street, let's show you the picture there. What dilemmas do they have to discuss this morning, and how much harder might it feel by the end of the day when we have got the results from Scotland and Wales in? You can bet, though, they are looking at every single thing in microscopic detail. The big headlines so far, as we have been bringing you a very good night for Reform, a very difficult night for Labour, difficult too for the Tories, but perhaps more of a mixed picture. The Greens will be hoping to pick up more. Now, in terms of what's happening in the next couple of days, breakfast will be on next. Sophie Raworth will join you at 9:30 when the counting begins in earnest, and I'll be back at you with 2 o'clock here on BBC One when it's showtime in Scotland and Wales. Everything you need to follow is on the BBC website. I'll look forward to seeing you later in the day.
Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Naga, Munchetty and Charlie Stayt.
Our headlines today. Labour loses hundreds of seats as the first results come through in the local elections in England.
It's been a night of substantial success for Reform, winning more than half of the seats that have been declared. There have also been significant gains for the Greens.
People are turning out, and they've turned out to repaint the red wall the turquoise wall.
Labour's already lost control of several councils, including Redditch, Tamworth, Hartlepool, Exeter and Tameside.
Yes, on the doorstep, it has been tough, there has been frustration, and we will have to pick up pace and really hear the public.
A bad night for Labour, living down to what were already low expectations. But what does it mean for Sir Keir Starmer's future?
Well, throughout the morning, we'll be speaking to the main parties in England and assessing their fortunes.
Counting in the Scottish and Welsh parliamentary elections begins in the next few hours. We'll be there with the latest.
Also on the programme, the World Health Organization says the outbreak of hantavirus on board a cruise ship is not the start of a pandemic, as it confirms 5 cases.
And here it is. It's a harvest mouse. Welcome to your new home. There you go.
And we'll celebrate Sir David Attenborough on his 100th birthday.
And good morning. The weather is looking pretty mixed today. Most of us have got a lot of cloud around. There's some showery rain in the forecast. Also a little bit of sunshine, and temperatures are on the rise in the south. I'll have all the details here on BBC Breakfast.
Good morning, it's Friday the 8th of May. Our main story, Labour has suffered significant losses overnight as the first results from England's local election are announced.
More than 5,000 seats across 136 English councils are being fought for, as well as 6 mayoral contests. It's still early and there are lots of counts still taking place, but so far it looks to have been a difficult night for Sir Keir Starmer, with Reform UK benefiting at Labour's expense. Professor John Tong, it's been a joy having you with us this morning. Thank you for taking us through it all with us and our audience.
That's all from us today. Breakfast, of course, will be back tomorrow from 6 a.m.
On BBC One, there's live election coverage throughout the day. You can also keep up to date with the latest on the BBC News website.
Good morning. It has already been a momentous night in the biggest set of elections since Labour came to power less than 2 years ago. Labour has already lost almost 260 seats so far, with support collapsing in some former Labour council strongholds in the northwest of England. Reform UK have won more than 385 seats and have just taken control of Havering, a London borough council, for the first time. The Green Party have gained seats, but it's still too early to know how well the party will do, as counting has only just got underway in the past half hour in many of the Green target councils in London. It's been a difficult night too for the Conservatives. They've lost around 160 councillors, but some gains too for them as the Tories regain control of Westminster.
Here in Cardiff Bay at the Senate, Labour is bracing itself for a loss of power. For the first time since devolution, history could be made. The votes are being counted and we'll soon find out. Plaid Cymru and Reform are vying to become the largest party. We'll have all the results here in the next few hours and bring you guests throughout the morning.
I'm at Holyrood in the heart of Edinburgh in front of the Scottish Parliament. Big questions today. Who will form the next administration? Will a combination of the SNP and Green vote reach the magic number of 65 seats, which will trigger John Swinney's call for a new independence referendum? And will Reform take second place over Labour? Then, will the Scottish Labour leader renew his call for Keir Starmer to go immediately? Counting's underway. We'll follow the results as the SNP try to hold on to power. All 129 seats in the Scottish Parliament are up for grabs.
Well, there is still a very long way to go. Counting is underway, but there are still thousands of seats to be won, just under 4,000 in fact. We will be bringing you all the results as they come in. Vicky Young will be across all of them.
That's right, Sophie. I will be looking at the detail because we're looking for patterns, we're looking for trends to see who's up, who's down, where it's happening and why it's happening.
Well, as it all changes, Professor Sir John Curtis will be with us with his sharp analysis of the emerging and already very different political landscape. And our political editor, Chris Mason, is here. He'll be telling us all. We'll have reporters as well and correspondents' accounts around England, Wales and Scotland. We'll be talking to some of them about the mood there. So do stay with us throughout the morning for election 2026 here on the BBC. Good morning and welcome. It is less than 2 years since Labour swept to power in a landslide general election. This morning, the party's fortunes could not look more different after what has already been a very bad night for Labour in the English council elections. It is still very early. There are so many more results, thousands to be declared in England throughout today. But in some places like Wigan in the northwest of England, well, it is an awful lot going on in the next few hours because, as we said, many of these counts still ongoing. We will obviously stay with you throughout the afternoon. We've only had a handful in Scotland and we've had no results yet at all from Wales. But Kirsty and Clive will be with you throughout the afternoon with all the latest results. Thank you to everybody who has joined us on the BBC Election 2026 this afternoon, this morning. Vicky Young as well with her analysis of all the seats as they appeared, or the councils as they appeared, and Nick Watt as well for joining me here. But right now, it is time on BBC One to go to the BBC News at 1. Laura Kuenssberg will be back here at 2 for all the latest. From us, goodbye.
Today at 1, with counting still underway, Reform UK are the big winners in the English local elections. They say there's been a historic shift in British politics. They've won the most council seats, and leader Nigel Farage says Labour is being wiped out.
It's a big, big day, not just for our party, but for a complete reshaping of British politics in every way.
There's pressure on the Prime Minister after a bad night for Labour. They've lost hundreds of council seats across England, but Keir Starmer vows to fight on.
I'm not going to walk away and plunge the country into chaos. We were elected to deal with these challenges, and that's what we will do.
The Conservatives have suffered heavy losses too, as the Liberal Democrats and Greens continue to pick up seats. Counting has only just begun in Wales, but already the Deputy First Minister has admitted defeat, telling the BBC Labour is not going to form the next Welsh Government. The first results are coming in for the Scottish Parliament election, where the SNP will be hoping to win a fifth term. Also on the programme, a third British national is suspected of having hantavirus linked to the cruise ship at the centre of the outbreak. And Sir David Attenborough celebrates his 100th birthday today. He says he'd hoped to celebrate quietly. Instead, there'll be a huge concert at the Royal Albert Hall.
And in sport, we'll have reaction to Aston Villa's 4-0 victory over Nottingham Forest that takes them into a first European final since 1982.
Good afternoon, welcome to the BBC News at 1. The Prime Minister says he's not going to walk away as he takes responsibility for the major losses Labour has seen overnight in England's local election results so far. Meanwhile, Reform UK's leader Nigel Farage has hailed the election as truly historic shift, as the party benefited at the expense of both Labour and the Conservatives. Let's take a look at those results in England now. More than 5,000 seats across 136 English councils have been contested, as well as 6 mayoral contests.
With some showers or longer spells of rain at times. Lewis.
Ben, thank you for that. Right, that's all from today's BBC News at 1. The results are still coming in, though, so my colleague Laura Kuenssberg will be here in a couple of minutes. Bye for now.
Good afternoon. Your votes have already led to power changing hands in astonishing ways. And the trickle of results in these sets of election is about to become a flood. It's Reform UK that's been celebrating across England so far, whether in Newcastle under Lyme or Havering on the eastern edge of London. Currently, they're up more than 500 seats. Nigel Farage has said this is a truly historic shift, and that he's wiping out Labour in their traditional areas. But in the English council elections, there is plenty of counting still going on. So far, though, the results have meant misery for Sir Keir Starmer, losing councils north, south, east and west. But already today, he said he will not walk away. And so far, only a small number of his critics have said publicly he should be for the chop. Anger with Labour has not, though, benefited the Conservatives. Despite snatching back the iconic Council of Westminster, Kemi Badenoch's party is down overall. And it is Zach Polanski's Greens and Sir Ed Davies' Liberal Democrats who've both been marching forwards. Both parties gaining seats overnight, and both of them with still some of their best targets still in play.
Here in Wales, we're expecting the first results in the next hour or so, with Labour admitting it has been a bad election. Turnout, by all accounts, is predicted to be over 50%. That's the first time we've had that in a Senate election. Plaid and Reform are the ones expected to do well.
Here at Holyrood, the Scottish parliamentary election results are really getting going now. We have 7 out of 73 constituencies, and 56 MSPs will be selected by the list system. But so far, the first SNP win for the Liberal Democrats in Shetland, the first time there hasn't been a Liberal in the Northern Isles since 1950, and there's a by-election ahead in Dundee East as SNP Stephen Gethin leaves Westminster for Holyrood.
And I'm here at the giant screen, crunching the numbers behind these big changes in British politics.
And your votes matter, deciding who will be in charge of the services that millions rely on. But they're also a vital barometer of what voters really think of the UK government overall. And the message so far, it's not up to much. One of our best political brains at the BBC, Vicky Young, will be with us this afternoon as the story evolves in the next few hours. And of course, Professor Sir John Curtis's analysis of all of the numbers will pick out the patterns of exactly what is going on. So stay with us for Election 2026 across the BBC as millions of your votes sketch out what could be a very different political world. A warm welcome back to you all. We'll be here with you until 5 o'clock, poised for swathes of results to come streaming in the next couple of hours. The tally in England so far looks bleak for Labour. You can see there, Reform, Nigel Farage's party gaining 569 seats. The Lib Dems, 339. Tories on 316, but Labour only on 296. Plenty of results will be coming in England in the next couple of hours, but the future of the Scottish Parliament and the Welsh Senate might give us historic headlines this afternoon too. Clive, an incredible afternoon. What are you expecting next?
Laura.
Kirsty, thank you very much indeed. And as we wend our way to the end of this particular bit of the coverage, I want to show you the tally of English Council results. Let's have a look at our big tower if we can do that for you. And it is Nigel Farage about to hit 900 seats, smiling away there on 892. Labour on 510 seats, really having a bad time. The Conservatives also falling away, only with 488 seats at the moment. And the Liberal Democrats putting on seats, as indeed are the Greens. A huge thank you to my colleague Rita Chakrabarti, who's been keeping us right on the numbers and looking under the bonnet at all the interesting races that have been going on around the country. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to my colleague Vicky Young, who's done stalwart work here, keeping me company this afternoon while we've been picking over an extraordinary set of results. That is, though, just about it from us at Election 2026 for now. In a moment, you'll be joined by our colleague, Christian Fraser, as the final results grind towards their conclusion. But the big headlines from a dizzying array of contests are clearly emerging. In England, both of the traditional parties have been given a kicking from voters. The Conservatives have fallen back, but Labour has been tanking. And it is unclear right now what the consequences for Keir Starmer will be. He's made it clear he would stay and fight, but the outcomes in the next couple of hours could be grave for him. It's for his colleagues now to consider whether they take drastic action to try and unseat him, or, as he will hope, pull together and battle on. We will see. Sophie Raworth, Clive, Kirsty and I will be back together on BBC One again at 7 o'clock. We'll bring you the very latest as the final results continue to come in, and we'll look ahead to whatever will happen next. Our colleagues across the BBC will be here as ever to bring you every twist and turn. Thank you to all of our guests. Most of all, thank you to you for watching at home. Goodbye for now.
Laura, thank you very much. Welcome. If you are just joining us, we've got a lot still to come tonight. Important declarations these next few hours across London, in the 32 boroughs here in the capital. The picture still forming, of course, in Wales and in Scotland, and we will take you live to all those counts as they come in. Vicky Young, our deputy political editor, will be joining me shortly. We'll get reaction from the BBC's lead election analyst, Sir John Curtis, who's still going, and from all the parties to these results that we are seeing.